talk a little bit about Xavier Johnson and right here in front.
Oh,
Xavier
sorry.
Johnson and just the lift that he gave in the second half, just in terms of playmaking and the kind of the two-man game that he and Race were able to play there down the stretch.
Well, again, I think X, as he's capable of doing that, and I expect him to do that. He's our point guard, and I thought he was solid, when things weren't going well for him early. He just started getting everybody else involved and making basketball plays, which he's capable of doing, and we all benefited from it. He had 10 assists tonight as well as his 9 points.
Mike, you shot the three better in the second half, and X had 3 of the assists on the 5 you made, and of course he made one of them. How important is he? And you talk about shooters a lot, but how important is it for him to get shooters involved and seeing them to get, for them to start making shots?
No, it's very important. I mean, last year, guys, we were one of the top teams in the country in getting wide open threes, and we just didn't make them. And we're going to get our fair share of looks. We just got to knock them down. And X is capable of making them. Everybody on our team now, I feel good about when they shoot the ball from the three-point line that it's got a chance to go in. And we'll make our fair share, but we just got to continue to work on them and get good threes. Forced threes don't get you anything. That's when you shoot poorly. And when the ball is moving around like it did tonight, we had 18 assists. Miller was on the back end of it where, in transition, he was wide open for a lot of threes, and he made some tonight, which is huge for our team.
Yeah, Coach. What is Trace dealing with? And with North Carolina coming to town a week from tonight, what's your confidence level? He's going to be healthy, fully ready to go.
Man, I'm not worrying about North Carolina. We got Jackson State coming in here on Friday. We'll continue to evaluate him. He's kind of beat up a little bit physically. Nothing major. We rested him tonight, and we'll get him ready for hopefully Jackson State. That's the next one on our schedule.
Mike on your right, and then Jim.
Coach, when you found out Trace was going to be out, I'm curious, did you go to anybody on the team and kind of set the expectations of higher needs from anybody?
No, I just said next man up. Him and Gallo was out. I said next man up. That's what this team has got to be about. I've always been about that as a coach. I've coached games where my best players have been out of the lineup. Hell, and I can't wait on those guys. I gotta still coach and get guys to perform and play at a high level. So I expect guys to be ready to play.
Jim and then Zach.
Coach, as far as the three-point shooting, you guys started out really slow tonight, 1 of 7, but then you caught fire, hit 5 of 10, ended up shooting 35%. But are you worried that we get to the bigger games, the North Carolinas, the Arizonas, that of getting into a hole early with that, or getting down shooting against teams of that caliber?
You already predicted the game. I don't look at it in that light. We got to get to those games first and see where we are. Sure, every college coach, man, where it's about making threes, when they got shots. My thing is, if we got good shots and we taking good shots, I feel good about them going in. And, you got to make them against teams that you think we should beat, and you got to make them against teams that are on the borderline teams. Teams that match up well with us, like North Carolina and some of the top teams. I would hope we will make them, but only time will tell.
Zach and Mason.
Mike, the offensive efficiency around the rim, Trace has had some games like this season. Race tonight only needs 8 shots, makes 7 of them. Just basically how much do you feel like, I don't know if bully is the word, but how much do you feel like as a total front court, your guys are able to just be incredibly efficient around the rim?
Well, again, guys, we're playing against teams that we are a little bit bigger than, it's going to be interesting to see when we match up with teams like a Xavier. They were a big team, and it was a battle. So, I think we have the bodies to bang with, some of the bigger teams, but only time will tell. I'm anxious, to get to games like that. But right now, Jackson State is staring us in the face, and we got to get ready for those guys.
Mason, then we'll wrap with Tom.
Kind of going back to that size advantage, does the rebounding discrepancy or the defensive struggles you guys had tonight does that worry you a little bit, or is that just something you guys need to settle into?
Well, I don't think we had defensive struggles tonight. That we won by 20 points. We gave up 60-some points. We've been averaging, giving up 57, 58 points a game. So, we let this get a little bit out of hand in terms of where we like to be in terms of holding our opponents to 60 and under. But, we won by 19, 20 points. So I'm not too disappointed in our defense. We out-rebounded the team. So we guarded the three-point line. They didn't shoot well from the three-point line or the two. So I'm pleased. I can't sit here and complain about anything tonight. It was a total team effort.
Tom, last one on your left.
Mike, I know you had a lot of nice runs in the second half, but in the first half it was pretty much touch and go the whole way. It was sort of like the third straight game where you played much better later than you did early. Is there anything you can pinpoint to the first half issues, or do you consider them issues at all?
Well, we came in up 9, after the half, but you got to give them credit too. They're a competitive team, and they were competing just like we were trying to compete. You like to come in the locker room up 20. I guess that's what you want to see. But it was 9, and I was pleased with that. And I thought we started the second half a little slow. They scored, I think, the first 4 points, and now we got to really play and pick it up. And I thought we responded.